But all do, I'm glad to finally receive this, you know? So thank goodness. Sometimes you can say, late is better than never. And and today we'll be looking at the Fright Zone, the trap filled, the trap filled stronghold of terror. And right over here, you can see Modular, the Argentinian version with the green arms over here. And right over here, you see the red beast man, and then the black Grizzlor in two different versions, but this one's a darker one. And then right there is the green goddess. So a lot of early concepts were drawn in this picture right here, as you can see. Now we're gonna look to the left. You can see right over here, Cyclops attacking Man 10 over there. And it's throwing the beast. And then we look at the back side. And this, they just put the same pictures with different figurines in it. They try to recapture the same image as best as they could. So yeah. And right over here, filled with the nightmarish surprises. Hordak Sinister, Fright Zone is fierce, of course, Etheria. So used to saying Eternia most of the time. And then we'll look at the top one right here. There's the Fright Zone, filled stronghold of terror. Control the dreadful dragon. Right there. And you'll see him in a second. The branches that grab hold of warriors right there. And you see the throne right there with Hordak. And that tree's mouth right there also used as it opens. And right there is a prison stronghold for a warrior. And then the rock monster snatches a warrior's feet at the feet. Now the first thing we do before assembling this, always read your instruction manual, because if you don't read it, you could put the wrong piece together and it'll be very difficult to remove at the end. So you can see in the manual right over here where it says, yeah, these pieces are removable, which is the floor base right over there, which is that one right there. That is removable. But there are certain pieces that are not removable, which I'm going to show you right here. And some people manage to mess it up and break their castle. They'll have to either replace it or glue it on. But you see with the throne right there, you need to attach these two first before you're putting the tree on top right there. So remember that. And always remember, look, that's your inventory and that's what it's supposed to come with right there. You know, the first time when I took it out, I was like, oh man, I'm missing one of the bags, and one of the bags fell out of the side. But you know, at least, you know, thank goodness I was able to find everything all together, because you know, man, I didn't want to ship it back. I was like, oh man, I gotta ship this big thing back, and it's gonna be a headache to begin with. So yeah, so that's some of the things or so, and they classify it right there, that one of the biggest things with the star, they said one-time assembly only. So remember that. All right, other than that, yeah, it goes into standard pieces or so, so it's not that easy. But those are main important things I had to discuss right here. Now the second thing right here, we're gonna talk about the tree and the throne. Now, some people have this squealing when you move to the side. So I managed to fix this right away. I had this with Castle Grayskull in the past. The trapdoor would squeal like crazy when I moved the chair. But with a little bit of WD-40, spray it over here under it on the side, and voila, we totally, and like I said, with a little bit of this, and totally fix that hinge right there. Now I know I gotta say there's some slight difference from the vintage one, and I'll go through the stuff that's different. Let's go with the secret entrance right here. This one is the secret entrance where the enemy enter or exit. So it looked like more of an exit thing, because when it comes to entering it, I'll show you. You can't go much in it unless the person go around like this or so. But to do an exit thing, you can always put the legs in, prop it in right here, and make it look like they're exiting or so. But as an entrance, just look like it's going in. Now you can't really do that. That's the best we could do with this. And now we'll go to the rock monster. It doesn't have any eyes or anything. It looks like it just grabs it like this. Look like more like a bear trap mostly. You can see. So this one, you could take this one and you put the feet right there and it'd be trapped. And not only the rock monster, but then you got the pet dragon coming out here ready to eat him alive. Put that on the side for now. So yeah, you could either have it twisted this way or that way. That's the rock monster. Now laying it down, not too good. Doesn't look that great, but standing up, it looks good. Now let's look at that little branch up there. Now this is just on a hinge, basically. Not many. This thing right there is just a hinge. Now what you could do, you could put an arm or a leg through it and make it look like it's being pulled, or upside down with the foot right there. There we go. Or just drag him down. There we go. Just work it in a little bit. There. And that will work. Will it hold up? Not very well. Not too well with the weight. Unless something is holding it up there. It'll bring the whole branch down. But still pretty cool though. I mean, it's functional, it works, so that's not bad. It works well. And then we'll look at the prison hole right there. We'll look at the sculpts. Right there you can see Hordak's face on the rock and the prison. So basically simple. You can click it on and it'll stay firmly in, and then you could click it out, open. Kind of looks like almost the original one. And put on the lights on this. Yeah, we can see the skulls, the chains on the wall. just like the original one that had. And then we'll put him in the prison cell, like he's going on vacation there. And last but not least, a stronghold full of terror. We got that tree of terror right there. Look at that. Looks like something out of Nightmare Before Christmas. If you look at it, look like the mayor. And right there, I'll show you what we can do with this. The birds are removable. And also the figures can go on the branches right here. So it looks like it's sticking. So we'll hook it on just like that. Kind of like the Battle Bones thing they used to have in the day. That they would attach the figures right there. So you got one. And here's another one. Two. And the third one. Right over here. 3. And 4. So you can put 4 of them up here, actually. 4 figures on the tree. And not only that, this would also open as well. And keep Skeletor in place right there so he can't move. And now we'll move it. We're gonna move the chair over. And we'll show you some of the throne right here. Yeah, this is Hordak and his throne. And you can see that it can slide right over here. So there's a spot. If you have anyone figures with capes, you can just slide it through right there. Easy to position into the throne chair. So very nice. And not only, I think there's even a horde symbol on the chair right there too, as well. All right, and now we're gonna look at the inside or so. Wait, before I do that, let me show you the dragon. The terror dragon right here. He seeps through the hole right there. And he's ready to greet you right there. Before you come in, he's ready to say hello to you. Now, he won't be able to fit through that doorway at all because of his arms. Yeah, he can't slide through that. But there's other ways to get around it. And I'll show you in a bit. So, in the past, this was a hand puppet, but now they turned him into a dragon with 6 legs. And then you can pose him right there, grabbing his enemy, ready to be eaten by the terror dragons. No. Let's take a look at the. Now here we're looking at the dragon. Take a nice look at him. A nice detail on it. Now the posability on it is not too strong, but that's okay. This much better than the hand puppet, but you can see to the left or right. So on the edge of the door, he'll greet you that way. And the only thing, it's got rockers right here for the feet, but these things won't bend at all. And I thought this would roll around and open up, but the legs won't open either. So there's only two positions, like that, up and down. So the same will go for all the 6 legs, like that. And now we look at the Terror Dragon. He's posable tail right here. You swivel it to the left or right. You know, when I have him pose, he's coming from the left side, so we'll leave the tail pointing that way. Yeah. All right, and we'll put that aside. Now it's time to show the inside. Now, when we reverse it, you'll see a totally different display from the outside from the inside. You see right over there, it's like a face on that, and I'm gonna put it closer so you can see it. Right there, there's the eyes and the flame right there. Yeah, it looks like basically the dead dragon or so. All right, and then we got a little weapons racked, about 3 of them, as you see. The bow, the staff, the gun on the side. Nice. I like this. This is nice. And on the side of it, you see like a rib cage of a trap. I look at this and I think to myself, I said, man, this is like probably a rib cage of one of the dragons or so. So let me put a figure so to display it. This time we'll put He-Man over there to display it. And now we're going to take this and reverse the whole thing, how it's supposed to look like. What we'll do, we're going to reverse, pull that floor and reverse it to the other side so you can see it, how it's supposed to look. So now I remove the floor from here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to swing this over this way. And then this door is going to be reversed to the other way. So by reversing everything, you get to see the inside of the fort over here. Right there where they keep the 2 prisoners, one in the cage right here and one in interlock with the tubes or so. You can lock them in if you want. That's not a problem. Yeah. And then this is reversible. I didn't attach these 2 because that is a pain in the ass just to get this out. But I wanted to show the display how it looks or so. I don't want to go through the mess, but you can see it. That's how it's supposed to look, though. You know, nobody could tell that I didn't attach it. But when you have it just a little out in the distance, you can see the difference by just looking at the image. And then we could put Hordak on the top of the throne right here. To place it off right there. Yep, and that sweetens the deal right there. And here's with the Terror Dragon ready to get his lunch. Now, if this is a problem for your beast not be able to go through that door, don't worry. You can always take off the cage. This thing just by removing this, and he'll be able to get through there with no problem. Oh, there we go. But you know, that prison hold does look good, so we do put it back whenever you want. So it's up to you the way you want to display it. But these are just options that I give you. You know, I was never able to get one when I was younger. I did see them, you know. My buddy had one, but he would never let me touch it for the world of it. Nothing. Yeah, a little cheap, but you know, it is what it is. At least now, I do own my own. this is much better than comparison. Growing up in the 80s are so much better. I mean, they had a sock puppet, and that mostly disintegrated over time. So yeah, this is much better, more sturdier. I hope you enjoyed this. So this was my review of the Fright Zone, the Fort of the Horde, and it's a very nice little piece over here. I gotta say, I do like this. This is awesome. So if you do have it, I hope you do enjoy it yourself. This is Kirk HT signing out. You guys have a good one.